Hi there. Welcome to another edition of Miss Kelly's Reality. I want to talk about a subject about the gap between generations um, and how they communicate and handle each other. I work for a non-for-profit that helps develop small minority businesses, so I am in contact with all kinds of businesses, newer businesses, businesses that have been in business for decades, and there's always seems to be a generational gap. For instance, um, there was a man who came into our office who had been in business for 29 years, had a lot of experience, had even invented some of the products that he serviced. And he was telling me how he had gone into a business to install his product at another younger minority business owner, and he made some observations that may be to the detriment of that younger uh, businessman. So of course my first question is, well, did you let him know? Did you tell him? He was like, I ain't telling him that. I'm like, well, why? In his what he implied is that, well, he should know, and he should have an accountant doing this, and he should make sure that, and he should measure his product and make sure nobody's stealing it by how much profit he should make based upon the poundage of what he's doing. And I'm like, that's all true, but you're an experienced businessman and you made an initial observation, so why don't you just tell him that? He's like, no, no, no. And that's not the first time I've seen that kind of thing. It's like the older generation has this wisdom and they're apprehensive about sharing it. Now, mind you, the younger generation have bad manners and a lot of things they don't adhere to. But that does not negate the fact that if you're experienced, if you have something that you know somebody else needs, why wouldn't you share it? What's the sense of having all that experience and being old and not wise? It's a waste. So I was very disappointed to hear that, because we're here for a purpose. All of us are here to do some kind of ministry, to do some kind of service for somebody else. And um, I find that there's a generation out there, the generation before me, my mom's generation actually. It's like they have all this information and they want the younger generation to pull it out of them like it's so valuable. You should know how valuable it is. Well, the younger generation, they don't know the value of what you have, so they're not gonna beg and plead you and come up to your standard of that they should pull that valuable information out of you, because they are younger. They don't know as much as you do. Um, and then there's the younger generation who's so distracted by technology and pop culture, and everything is bam, bam, bam. It's got to get instant, it's got to be fast. But there are some things you have to wait to be seasoned about. And uh, the the technology is a good thing. It's absolutely a good thing. But there are some seasoned wisdom they need to come to older businesses for. And older generation, there's some valuable things that the younger people have. I mean, iPods, emails. I'm sure an iPad would be very valuable to an older generational business owner or uh, person, but you don't know the value of it because you're ignorant to its possibilities. I mean, it goes both ways. So, my observation is, if you have some information to share with somebody, don't always look at their age. Don't make preconceived notions. If you have some information that you think could help somebody, share it. Don't keep it, because we're all here to serve each other. Because what happens to you happens to me. You know that saying that whatever grown folks do is whatever grown folks do, has nothing to do with me. That's not true. because everything that happens in my community is going to affect me one way or another. And if it would be foolish to believe that one does not affect the other. We have to help each other. History has told us this repeatedly, but we're on this "it's about me" kick, and it's killing us. So that's my edition of Miss Kelly's reality. Let's bridge this generation gap. Let's drop the pride and build up our community by talking to each other and sharing information, wisdom, and technology. Love you. Peace.